I call to order this regular meeting of the Township Committee of the Township of Morris this Wednesday, May 20th, 2026. The time is now 7 p.m. This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, and adequate notice of this meeting has been provided as required by law. Specifically, notice of this meeting was sent to the Daily Record and the Morris Newsbee on January 8th, 2026, and posted on the Township of Morris website. The agenda and resolutions for this meeting are available on morristwp.com under the Agenda Center. Certain portions of this meeting may be closed to the public for the purpose of personnel and/or other matters as outlined in the Sunshine Law. Notice to members of the governing body and township staff: any use of electric devices during the meeting shall be used solely for the purpose of township business, and any communications are subject to the Open Public Records Act. I just want to note that our township clerk, Sue Walsh, is not feeling well, so she's not here tonight, but she is online, so we hope that she feels better soon. Can we have a roll call, please?
Yes, Mayor. Mr. Janata.
Here.
Mr. Rabbits.
Here.
Ms. Rothman.
Here.
Mayor Guariglia.
Here.
And note that Mr. Grazel is absent tonight.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I have a motion to approve the minutes from February 18th, 2026, the regular and closed session?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So tonight we have three proclamations on the agenda, and the first one is the National Gun Violence Awareness Proclamation. Now, many of you might realize that actually takes place in June, but because June 5th is actually Gun Violence Awareness Day, we're doing it this month. I'm not going to read through the entire proclamation. Also, Committeeman Grazel likes to speak to this, so when he's here in June, he's also going to want to offer some comments. But I do want to note some things. Protecting the health, safety, and welfare of residents remains one of our highest responsibilities in the Township Committee in the Township of Morris. And whereas the Township supports the constitutional rights of law-abiding citizens while recognizing the importance of responsible gun ownership and keeping firearms out of the hands of individuals with dangerous histories, documented mental health concerns, or those who have made credible threats of violence. And whereas the Township of Morris reaffirms its commitment to supporting efforts that help reduce gun violence and protect residents, families, and neighborhoods. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Mayor and Township Committee of the Township of Morris hereby proclaim Friday, June 5th, 2026 as National Gun Violence Awareness Day in the Township of Morris, and encourage residents to support efforts aimed at preventing gun violence and honoring lives lost to firearm violence. Sadly, as you all know, just yesterday in San Diego, there was another shooting at the Islamic Center where 3 people were killed. The shooters were teenagers. Amin Abdullah was the security guard that saved lives. The 2 others who lost their lives were trying to draw the attention of the shooters away from the mosque. Although New Jersey has strict gun laws, some of the strictest in the country, our surrounding states do not. Until the country as a whole recognizes the importance of gun safety and gun violence prevention across all states, we need to continue to spotlight the dangers and make people aware of better gun safety. On June 5th, wear orange, the defining symbol of the movement honoring survivors, and demand an end to gun violence. We all know a lot of the statistics. School shootings are an epidemic. Gun violence is preventable when you know the signs. guns are the leading cause of death among children and teens, and guns that are not properly stored have contributed to school shootings, suicides, and family member deaths. We urge all members of our community to learn about gun awareness policies and help prevent any more gun violence. The next proclamation on the agenda is National Mobility Awareness Month, and Committeeman Janata will address it.
Thank you, Mayor. Whereas National Mobility Awareness Month is celebrated each May to recognize the importance of accessible, inclusive, and sustainable transportation options for people of all ages and abilities, and whereas Morris Township is home to a variety of parks, trails, sidewalks, and recreation opportunities that encourage walking, hiking, bicycling, and other forms of active transportation, and whereas residents and visitors are encouraged to explore alternative transportation options and enjoy the health, environmental, and community benefits associated with reduced reliance on motor vehicles. And whereas Mobility Awareness Month provides an opportunity to highlight how improved mobility and accessibility can enhance quality of life, promote public health, and strengthen community connections. And whereas Morris Township continues to invest in infrastructure and planning initiatives that support safe, accessible, and inclusive mobility options for residents of all ages, including pedestrians, bicyclists, hikers, and individuals with mobility challenges. And whereas seasonal outdoor activities and community events encourage residents to explore opportunities for recreation, wellness, and safe shared use of roadways, walkways, and trails. Now therefore be it resolved that the Mayor and Township Committee of the Township of Morris hereby proclaim May 2026 as National Mobility Awareness Month in the Township of Morris and encourage all residents to take advantage of the Township's parks, trails, sidewalks, and pathways. The Township further commits to promoting mobility resources and encouraging the safe and respectful shared use of public spaces by all. And as a liaison for the Transportation Advisory Committee, I can tell you that they're very active in trying to promote accessibility and mobility, and we're looking forward to that. And we are also lucky enough to be near many walking trails, including Patriots Path and Jones Woods Path. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And now, if I could have Carol Barkin, the Chair of the Historic Preservation Committee, come forward as I present the National Historic Preservation Month Proclamation, and then afterwards, Carol will be giving an award. So I guess to be on the mic, I don't know if that should be turned.
I'll follow you.
Do you want the mic?
Yeah, if you don't mind. Thank you. Thank you. The National Historic Preservation Month Proclamation. Whereas historic preservation serves as an effective tool for managing growth, revitalizing neighborhoods, fostering local pride, and maintaining community character. And whereas historic places provide tangible connections to our past and enrich our understanding of the people and events which shaped our community. And whereas the Township of Morris recognizes the important role of preservation in protecting these resources for present and future generations. And whereas the National Trust for Historic Preservation has designated May as National Historic Preservation Month, during which the Historic Preservation Commission recognizes property owners who serve as stewards of historic properties. And whereas the Township established an annual preservation award in 2019 and will present its 8th award in 2026. And whereas the 2026 Preservation Award is presented to Marion Levinson of 140 Washington Valley Road for her stewardship of the historic Jacob Arnold homestead, home to the Arnold family from 1789 to 1927. And whereas the Arnold family were among the earliest settlers of Washington Valley, residing there as early as 1749, and were prominent in the community, including the proprietors of the Arnold Tavern on the Morristown Green, which hosted General George Washington during the winter of 1777. And whereas in recognition of Morris Township's contributions to the Revolutionary War in celebration of America's 250th anniversary, the township highlights the history of the Arnold family. And whereas Marion Levinson has demonstrated a commitment to preserving local history by maintaining the homestead as an example of an 18th century rural residence. Now therefore be it resolved that Mayor Donna Guariglia and the Township Committee of the Township of Morris hereby proclaim 2026 as National Historic Preservation Month and encourage all residents to recognize and support the efforts to preserve the township's historic resources. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. This plaque, Marion will put on the front door, and it will forever be known that she received the Outstanding Preservation Award for May 2026, presented by the Morris Township Historic Preservation Commission. And she wants us together. She wants us
Yes, you can
together.
up here and two. If you want to be in the
Okay.
middle and turn your,
Okay.
you can turn that around.
And your proclamation. Okay. That's good.
And if you want to say anything, the mic's right
I
here.
do want to say something.
Go.
I want to thank the commission. I'm really thrilled having this. It's so meaningful. And I want to thank Jacob Arnold for making all this possible. If you go around town, his presence is still here, centuries after it. You'll hear him talked about if you take a tour of Washington headquarters. The docent speaks about him. If you're on the green, of course, you see the plaque showing where the pub was. And there are streets named after him also. What is so remarkable about him was, one, that he had this pub, and George Washington sent his men there. And I'd like to think that by doing a lot of drinking, they forgot that they didn't have shoes, and also that they weren't going to desert. He was also the paymaster in General Washington's cabinet. He was a colonel. He was a sheriff. He lived to 78. He contributed to the building of the first school, the Little Red Schoolhouse, which is right opposite my property. He was a trustee of the Presbyterian Church. And he also had 17 children in his spare time, luckily from 2 wives. So I thank you, Jacob. You're with me always.
Congratulations.
Yes.
So we were researching Jacob Arnold, and it came to we became aware of a map from 1777, the map, and the British created a map of the area around the green of the Morristown area, and we found Marion's house. Jacob Arnold's house is on the spy map from 1777. There are actually 24 different properties that the British had on their radar. So we have you on our radar.
I'll also mention that at one time the Arnold family owned 750 acres.
Wow.
I mean, that's like the whole valley.
That's the whole valley, and they were also the largest taxpayers. You might be interested to know.
Thank you very much. We know at this time that many of you are here for the reception that's in the next room, so we're going to just take a minute, and as much as I know you would all love to sit and listen to the rest of the different committee meeting, that is not why many of you are here. So please take a minute, and again, congratulations, Marion, and thank you, Carol, and enjoy your reception.
Thank you for the time. I never really thought it would be so beautiful. Okay.
I think we thought, though, right? Yeah. Yeah. These are the two candidates. I don't know who that is.
Thank you.
Fix my phone.
Thank you. We're ready to start with our first public commentary. There are currently 4 members of the public joining us via Zoom, and there are 7 attending in person. At this time, we will open the meeting for public comment. We'll begin with comments from those present in the room, followed by participants joining by Zoom. If you are participating by Zoom, please raise your hand and we will call on you. Before speaking, please state your name and whether or not you are a resident or non-resident for the record. Comments are limited to 5 minutes. If you have questions and would like a response, any remaining time will be yielded back for you for that purpose. Is there a motion to open public comment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Mr. Shackner?
Charlie Schachter, 10 Raleigh Court. I am a resident. Good evening. This is the 6th consecutive Township Committee meeting that I've attended to raise awareness about the impacts of gas leaf blowers. Just as a reminder, these devices generate more than 110 decibels at the operator's ear, well above the threshold linked to hearing damage. Running one for 30 minutes produces as much hydrocarbon as driving a full-size pickup truck nearly 4,000 miles. And they emit pollutants that are linked with cancer, heart disease, asthma, and a myriad of other health issues. Against that backdrop, I want to thank the TC for the Township Committee for supporting the Environmental Commission's Quiet Summer Initiative. The Environmental Commissions of Madison, Chatham Borough, and Chatham Township liked this Quiet Summer idea so much that they've all agreed to adopt it. So we can be proud that Morris Township is now leading the way on this issue. I want to remind us that this is a voluntary program, so its success will depend entirely on how widely information about it is disseminated. I hope that the township will use every means at its disposal, including perhaps electronic signage at the Streeter Pool Complex, yard signs here at the municipal building, the swimming pools, police station and firehouses, and flyers in the lobby of the township of the municipal building. 4 quick updates. At last Thursday's Environmental Commission meeting, the group decided to endorse my recommended plan on gas leaf blowers, and Chairman Brian Morgan will be submitting those recommendations to you through the Township Administrator. Second, I recently learned that South Orange is considering extending its seasonal ban to a year-round ban. Their seasonal restriction from May through September has been on the books since 2022. I also learned that the towns of Belmar and Highland Park are actively researching ordinances and plan to hear presentations on the topic in the next few months. And finally, I learned that the town of Mantoloking recently sent a communication to residents stating that gas leaf blowers are not permitted from June 25th through Labor Day. So many towns are acting. I actually had some questions, and I was hoping that I could make this more of an interactive presentation than I usually do. First, I was just wondering, has there been any consideration given yet to converting the township's gas leaf blowers to electric? And as a follow-up, do we know how many or can the information be provided of how many gas leaf blowers the township actually operates?
Tim, are you aware of how many are
I
they?
didn't get that information before the meeting because I didn't
Yeah.
know the question.
We can get that for you, though.
Has any consideration been given to the idea of converting, though, from gas to electric?
We did a while ago. It was very expensive.
It was looked into?
Yes, it was.
Very
Okay.
expensive.
Okay, I think costs may have gone down since that time. If you looked at it a few years ago, the cost structure has certainly changed.
We can look at it again
Absolutely.
for next year.
Wonderful, thank you. Secondly, has there been any consideration of a resolution, we discussed this last month, in support of the New Jersey State Bill, S 2017? Just,
Remind me again, Charlie, that bill is
that's the state bill that would outlaw, that would ban sale of gas leaf blowers in New Jersey 2 years after the adoption of the law, and would also provide a tax credit for up to 50% of the cost of purchasing new electric equipment.
again, we have not had that discussion yet.
Okay, I hope that you can, and I would encourage you to look at that law, and I think it's a very good one, and if the state passes that law, that, means that the township does not have to do that. And then finally, again, my suggestion last month, I was just wondering if there's been any consideration given to the idea of amending the existing noise ordinance to include gas leaf blowers. As I mentioned last month, gas leaf blowers, along with all lawn equipment, are exempted from the noise ordinance. And I think that if the exemption for gas leaf blowers only were to be removed, then that also would create a new ordinance, it would change an existing ordinance and which would address the situation.
Again, we have not done that yet, but we can certainly have that discussion among the TC members.
I hope you do, because again, that's a very easy fix with existing legislation that you have already passed. With that said, I'm going to actually yield back the last 30 seconds. And as always, I thank you for your time and your consideration of this issue.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good evening. I'm Robert Small. I live at 28 Turtle Road, just up around the corner from here. And I would like to raise my voice in support of these initiatives to replace gasoline equipment with electric and for sustainable landscaping practices. I was very inspired by a presentation I heard here last fall given by the Environmental Commission, and I'm in the process of converting about 1,200 square feet of my lawn to be more sustainable with native plants that attract pollinators.
Great,
And I've given up all my gasoline equipment and am all electric.
great. Congratulations.
You can all come see.
Good evening.
Hi, Joe Adamonte, 52 Fairmount Avenue. First of all, I want to congratulate everyone here for speaking, particularly the mayor and the entire committee, speaking about gun violence. It's long overdue, and we needed that. And also Carol Barkin and Mrs., what was her name again, Williamson? Yeah, the historic preservation, and I've been working on several things too, and that's also much needed that you've done that. I appreciate that. But I'm here tonight basically to support what Charlie mentioned and what the Environmental Commission has spoken about for a number of years now, and that is gas leaf blowers. And you're all probably aware of all of this, but just to repeat some of the outstanding or the egregious problems with these things. Particulate matter, spewing of mold, benzene, formaldehyde, and so on. And I've noticed lately there've been more, I don't know whether it's just me, but there've been more air quality alerts. Perhaps some of those air quality alerts might have something to do with some of these devices. I'm not certain, but they might. I urge you to consider that. Normally when a township or any entity tries to involve something like this where you're taking something away from someone, and I'm sure you're probably going to have, if you haven't had already, a lot of pushback. But I think you need to take the long view of this. The short-term view is, yes, it's going to cost some landscapers a little money to transfer over to these electrical devices. However, there are incentives available, I think, through, what was it, S623. There are some tax credits and to offset these costs. But there's more to this, because I think the payoff long-term will be in children's health, children's and your grandchildren's health, because all of this affects all of us, and particularly the young, with all of this garbage that's spewed out of these machines. Noise aside. And as I think Charlie mentioned, there are many, many towns that have converted. Some of them have had some difficulty. I understand there's a lot of pushback in Madison, but others have forged ahead. For example, Glen Ridge, Montclair, Princeton, Maplewood, among others. But and I think, to echo what Charlie, and to support what he just said, I think a first small step would be if the township would look into, right, replacing your gas leaf blowers. And I understand there are grants available for that. I'm not certain what the amounts will be. Perhaps it's $10,000, I'm not sure, but I read this somewhere. So I urge you to consider this and to take action on it as soon as you can. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm David Okada, 5B Leavitt Drive. I am a resident of the township. Now, I'm here to support Charlie and his request for replacement of gas leaf blowers, but I'm coming in from a different angle. I understand the noise is an issue, and they have proven that it exceeds the World Health Organization's level decibels, as well as EPA's. So that's number one. Two, the side effects or the emissions that come from these two-stroke engines, there's a couple of them. 1-3 butadiene, which creates lymphoma cancer and leukemia. Number two, operating these machines for just 1 hour, and they emit these volatile emissions. It's like comparable to driving a car 15 hours. So that's a lot of emissions. Now, the particle 2.5, which I'm sure Mr. Quinn is aware of, with no idling, that's prevalent as well with this particular gas blower. And it's so infinitesimal. To have a look at a human hair, it's like a micro dot on a hair. So it can't filter that particle, and it embeds into the lungs. So it creates asthma, creates lung cancer, creates other side effects. The other thing is acetylene, highly toxic, damages and prevents from the body from repairing DNA damage. Formaldehyde, long-term effects, increased cancer risk. Long-term exposure is heavily linked to whatever this thing is, I can't pronounce it, and certain types of leukemia, all right? Formaldehyde is a component of tobacco as well. I don't know if you're aware of that, but it's a dangerous substance, and secondhand smoke is actually more dangerous to the recipients. Now, if you look at not only the health aspects of it, there's also mental aspects to this. It's a low frequency that the glass blower emits. It penetrates walls, windows, you name it. And the distance for the 50 feet from the center, where it's 115 decibels, is still at 70 to 80 decibels, which still exceeds the EPA and World Health levels. So for that alone, beside the emissions, which affect health, and I think it would behoove the township to look at this, because if you look at the employees of the Department of Public Works, I'm sure there's a health cost associated with that. And if you look at that alone, and, what your insurance rates may be because of the increased illness, I think that's important to look at. So yes, aside from the cost, and I understand that, I think that's very important. The other thing is, if you're not going to enforce this, it's kind of mute. So the thing is to try to get one or two things. You try to get the manufacturers to lower the decibel level, lower the emissions. If they're not going to do that, then the only other recourse is to go to electric, which is better for our environment as well as for individuals' health. And they found that cognitive tests for children, they're landscaping. Okay, and you only have not just one leaf blower, you have multiple leaf blowers. So just compound that. That affects the children's concentration in schools. So I thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your long list of items. Hello.
Hi, my name's Sherry Schachter. I live at 10 Raleigh Court with someone you guys know very well at this point. He is really the public speaker, not me. So this is the only reason why it's the first time you guys are seeing me. I am in full support of the idea of getting rid of gas-powered leaf blowers to the extent possible. To me, the previous speaker spoke a lot about the health risks with these devices, but to me, really, the noise is the biggest problem. We live in Butterworth, right on Butterworth Field, and with our doors closed and our windows closed, we can hear gas-powered leaf blowers all the way across the field. And to me, that's just it diminishes the quality of our lives. So that's it. I'm done.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello, honorable committee members. I'm Bob Bellamente, 31 Lake Valley Road. Also here in support of Charlie, but I would also like to bring some other things into the conversation here too. I'm glad to hear that the committee is starting to consider some of these issues. So much of the talk here has been laser focused on elimination of gas-powered leaf blowers, which I do support. I understand that there's going to be time and expense involved in doing that. I do believe the technology is here now and that it's becoming more cost competitive, and this is a good time to be talking about it. I'd also like to reframe this a little bit into quality of life issues, things that Sherry brought up about the noise pollution that these things create. When I moved to Morristown 23 years ago, people were still raking their leaves. In fact, I was raking my leaves at a little plot over on 13 Midland Drive. But over that time, what we found, and now we, like a lot of other people here in the township, utilize a landscaping service to come, and they show up with a team of guys, 5 different guys with leaf blowers, and that's a big difference from when I moved here. And understand that it makes it more efficient. They can get in and out, and get more jobs during the day. I don't have a problem with that. If we can replace the leaf blowers and some of the equipment, electric equipment over time, that's a solution. What I'd like to talk about is adopting something closer to the Morristown restrictions on when the equipment can be used. And not just the commercial services, but also residential or residents who now have commercial leaf blowers, ride on tractors to cut their little tiny plots of lawn, and find that it's okay to do that at 10 o'clock at night or 7:30 on a Sunday morning. I think we need, with the advent of this commercial level of lawn service equipment that residents are now using, I think this is a situation where the technology has outpaced the rules and the regulations around the use of it. Because like I said, given 20-something years ago when people were still raking leaves, noise pollution wasn't a big deal. Nowadays, people have access to this equipment, and they're happy to use it at all hours with no consideration for any of the neighbors. And this is now becoming a noise pollution issue that I think the Township Committee should also be considering. Thank you. I yield the floor.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else? Hello.
Connor Gaynor from 16 Starlight Drive, and I echo everything you said before. But the noise pollution is a big issue for me because I have a neighbor who doesn't believe in landscapers. He believes in doing it himself, which means Saturday and Sunday. And we've sat there trying to sit outside and enjoy, and the leaf blower is going literally from 9 in the morning till 5 at night, nonstop. So that sort of stuff has to stop. I mean, that's just out of control. But, so anything we can do to reduce the time and the noise, and even if we had electric, it would have been fine. Even if we had a landscaper being out in 20 minutes, probably would be okay. But Saturdays and Sundays for us is very difficult, and it's not an enjoyable situation trying to enjoy your backyard. Thank you.
Totally understandable. Thank you. If there isn't anyone else here in person, then Brian O'Shea, you have the floor.
Thank you. I'm here to speak on two matters: the Safe Catch Road litigation and the planning failures that made it inevitable. The prerogative writ challenge against the Catch Road development filed under docket MRS-L-00279-25 did not succeed at trial court level. We went in with no illusions. Prerogative writ challenges to planning board approvals carry a high legal bar by design. We knew the mountain was steep. We are appealing, but not to the appellate division. The court we are appealing to is the Court of Public Opinion. The trial is scheduled for November 3rd, 2026. The Honorable Electorate of Morris Township presiding. Tonight we are discussing something that has not been made public before. Safe Catch Road did not simply oppose this development. We offered to accept it on three conditions. First, that vehicular access be routed away from Catch Road Field via Morris Drive view from the north, eliminating traffic through an active recreational area used by children every day. Second, that all emergency apparatus access issues be fully resolved so fire trucks can actually reach homes in crisis. Third, that safe pedestrian access be provided from Catch Road residences to Catch Road Field so children can walk to play without putting themselves in danger. The town turned this down flat. They may blame the developer, but this committee has leverage in negotiations with developers, leverage they chose not to exercise. When fundamental safety issues are on the table, you hold the line. This committee did not. Additionally, with the assistance of a licensed engineer from a neighboring municipality, we have submitted formal comments to the NJ Department of Environmental Protection identifying grave defects in the environmental survey conducted in connection with this development. These are not minor technical objections. They go to the adequacy of the environmental review itself. Catch Road is not an isolated failure. It is the predictable result of a planning decision this committee made in December 2021 when it unanimously rezoned 81 acres of the former Honeywell tract, prime vacant land on Columbia Road, for a professional soccer training facility instead of affordable housing. The township's own planning consultant stated at that very meeting that the land could support affordable housing. Bear Sarah Housing Center sued, won a recalculation, and the resulting 2023 settlement scrambled the township's round four site assignments. Catch Road, a neighborhood playing field, ended up in the midst of direct consequences. Residents are now paying the price for a decision to prioritize a vanity project over sound planning. On July 15th, 2025, Mayor Guariglia stood before this body and solemnly proclaimed she cares about the children of Morris Township. We take her at her word, and we ask her to consider what that actually requires. Someone who cares about children does not support riding a vehicular access road through an active playing field. Someone who cares about children ensures that fire trucks can safely reach their homes in an emergency. Someone who cares about children does not oppose a sidewalk, so that kids can walk safely to go out and play. 3 seats in this committee are up for election in November. We will be evaluating every candidate on the basis of their concrete plans for affordable housing, where it goes, how it's designed, and who bears the burden. We will not allow these candidates to hide behind lawn signs and national affairs. All politics is local. Every voter in Morris Township will hear that message. All 7,176 registered Democrats, all 5,649 registered Republicans, and all 5,662 unaffiliated voters. We have the tools and the program to reach them, including the low information voters campaigns typically never touch. Candidates who have answers will get a fair hearing. Candidates who don't will be held accountable in the only court that matters, the one in session November 3rd. Thank you.
Is that it?
He's out of time.
Oh, thank you. Seeing no other hands raised, can I have a motion to close public comment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
This evening, we have 9 ordinances scheduled for public hearing and adoption. Please read the title of ordinance 17-26 into the record, after which we will open the public hearing.
Bond ordinance providing for various capital improvements by the Township of Morris, appropriating the aggregate amount of $2,993,000, therefore including a grant in the amount of $200,000 expected to be received from the State of New Jersey Department of Transportation, and authoring the issuance of $2,609,000 in bonds or notes of the Township to finance part of the cost thereof.
May I have a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance number 17-26?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any members from the public? Seeing no other members of the public wishing to speak, may I have a motion to close public comment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 17-26?
So moved.
Second.
Are there any questions or comments? Seeing none, may I have a roll call vote?
Mr. Janata,
Yes.
Mr. Ravitz,
Yes.
Ms. Rothman,
Yes.
Mayor Guariglia.
Yes. I, Donna J. Guariglia, declare ordinance number 17-26 approved and adopted, and direct the township clerk to publish notice of adoption on the township website or as otherwise required by law. Please read the title of ordinance 18-26 into the record.
Ordinance appropriating $641,000 available in the general capital fund balance to provide for various capital improvements by the Township of Morris.
May I have a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance number 18-26?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone from the public wishing to speak? Seeing no members from the public wishing to speak, will someone make a motion to close public comment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 18-26?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? May I have a roll call vote?
Mr. Janata,
Yes.
Mr. Ravitz.
Yes.
Ms. Rothman,
Yes.
Mayor Guariglia.
Yes. I, Donna J. Guariglia, Mayor, declare ordinance number 18-26 approved and adopted, and direct the township clerk to publish notice of adoption of the township on the township website or as otherwise required by law. Please read the title of ordinance 19-26 into the record.
Ordinance appropriating $320,000 available in the general capital improvement fund to provide for various capital improvements by the Township of Morris.
May I have a motion to open the public comment on ordinance number 19-26?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Seeing no members from the public wishing to speak, will someone make a motion to close public comment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 19-26?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? May I have a roll call vote?
Mr. Janata,
Yes.
Mr. Ravitz.
Yes.
Ms. Rothman,
Yes.
Mayor Guariglia.
Yes. Please read the title of ordinance 20-26 into the record.
Ordinance appropriating $278,500 available in the Open Space Trust Fund to provide for various open space improvements by the Township of Morris.
May I have a motion to open public hearing on ordinance number 20-26?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Shackner?
I just had one question. I saw some details about this because I had asked about this at the last month's meeting. It looked like there was about $150,000 for Core 9 Field for stairwell and retaining walls, and I was just curious if that was the Core 9 Field complex was recently rebuilt, so I was kind of wondering why there was an additional need for that much money to be spent.
Those items weren't rebuilt.
It was what?
Those items were not rebuilt when we reconstructed that field.
Oh,
So
okay.
they've been deteriorating.
It's the old retaining walls and steps that go
I
up to
see.
the
I see. Those were not done when the field was redone.
When they redid the
Gotcha.
field.
Thank
Correct.
you. Appreciate the information.
You're welcome. Seeing no other members of the public wishing to speak, will someone make a motion to close public comment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 20-26?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? May I have a roll call vote?
Mr. Janata,
Yes.
Mr. Ravitz,
Yes.
Ms. Rothman,
Yes.
Mayor Griglia.
Yes. I, Donna J. Guariglia, declare ordinance number 20-26 approved and adopted and direct the township clerk to publish notice of adoption on the township website or as otherwise required by law. Please read the title of ordinance 21-26 into the record.
Ordinance appropriating $1,250,000 available in the Sewer Utility Capital Improvement Fund to provide for various capital improvements by the Township of Morris.
May I have a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance number 21-26?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Seeing no members from the public wishing to speak, will someone make a motion to close public comment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 21-26 into the record?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? May I have a roll call vote?
Mr. Janata,
Yes.
Mr. Ravitz,
Yes.
Ms. Rothman,
Yes.
Mayor Griglia.
Yes. I, Donna J. Guariglia, declare ordinance number 21-26 approved and adopted and direct the township clerk to publish notice of adoption on the township website or as otherwise required by law. Please read the title of ordinance 22-26 into the record.
Ordinance appropriating $50,000 available in the Parking Enterprise Capital Improvement Fund to provide for various capital improvements by the Township of Morris.
May I have a motion to open the public comment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Seeing no members from the public wishing to speak, will someone make a motion to close public comment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 22-26?
So moved.
Second.
May I have a roll call vote?
Mr. Janata,
Yes.
Mr. Ravitz,
Yes.
Ms. Rothman,
Yes.
Mayor Griglia.
Yes. I, Donna J. Guariglia, Mayor, declare ordinance number 22-26 approved and adopted and direct the township clerk to publish notice of adoption on the township website or as otherwise required by law. Please read the title of ordinance 23-26 into the record.
Ordinance appropriating $75,500 available in the Swim Pool Utility Capital Fund balance to provide for various capital improvements by the Township of Morris.
May I have a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance number 23-26?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Seeing no members wishing to speak, will someone make a motion to close public comment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 23-26?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? May I have a roll call vote?
Mr. Janata,
Yes.
Mr. Ravitz,
Yes.
Ms. Rothman,
Yes.
Mayor Griglia.
Yes. I, Donna J. Guariglia, Mayor, declare ordinance number 23-26 approved and adopted and direct the township clerk to publish notice of adoption on the township website or as otherwise required by law. Please read the title of ordinance 24-26 into the record.
Ordinance appropriating $437,000 available in the Sewer Utility Capital Fund balance to provide for various capital improvements by the Township of Morris.
May I have a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance number 24-26?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Seeing no members of the public wishing to speak, will someone make a motion to close public comment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 24-26?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? May I have a roll call vote?
Mr. Janata,
Yes.
Mr. Ravitz,
Yes.
Ms. Rothman,
Yes.
Mayor Griglia.
Yes. I, Donna J. Guariglia, declare ordinance number 24-26 approved and adopted and direct the township clerk to publish notice of adoption on the township website or as otherwise required by law. Please read the title of the last ordinance, 25-26, into the record.
In an ordinance of the Township of Morris, providing for special emergency appropriation in an amount not to exceed $250,000 to fund the engagement of a special consultant for the preparation of a master plan.
May I have a motion to open public comment on ordinance number 25-26?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Seeing no members of the public wishing to speak, will someone make a motion to close public comment?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 25-26?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? May I have a roll call vote?
Mr. Janata.
Yes.
Mr. Ravitz.
Yes.
Ms. Rossman.
Yes.
Mayor Griglia.
Yes. I, Donna J. Guariglia, Mayor, declare ordinance number 25-26 approved and adopted, and direct the township clerk to publish notice of adoption on the township website or as otherwise required by law. Ordinances for introduction. We have one ordinance tonight on tonight's agenda. Please read the title of ordinance 26-26 into the record.
An ordinance of the Township of Morris, Morris County, New Jersey, establishing salaries and compensation for employees of the Firemen's Mutual Benevolent Association, FMBA Local 70 of the Township of Morris.
May I have a motion to introduce ordinance number 26-26?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? May I have a roll call vote?
Mr. Janata.
Yes.
Mr. Ravitz.
Yes.
Ms. Rossman.
Yes.
Mayor Griglia.
Yes.
Mayor, the public hearing for that ordinance will be June 17th.
Thank you. On today's agenda, we have 12 resolutions. May I have a motion to approve resolutions number 108-26 through 119-26 by one motion?
So moved.
Second.
May I have a roll call vote?
Mr. Janata.
Yes.
Mr. Ravitz.
Yes.
Ms. Rossman.
Yes.
Mayor Griglia.
Yes. We have one item on the consent calendar this evening. Can I have a motion to approve the item on the consent calendar by one motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Consideration of monthly reports. The following reports are on file in the office of the Township Clerk and Township Administrator. February 2026 Fire, March 2026 Police and Fire, April 2026 Tax Collector, and the Morris Township Library. Can I have a motion to approve the monthly reports?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Claims for payment. The total amount of bills and vouchers for this meeting is $14,579,524.13. We are also the tax collector for the school district, the library, and the county. May I have a motion to approve the list of bills and vouchers?
So moved.
Second.
May I have a roll call vote?
Mr. Janata.
Yes.
Mr. Ravitz.
Yes.
Ms. Rossman.
Yes.
Mayor Griglia.
Yes. Received for the record, we have two items. The resignation of Melanie Barry as a member of the Morris Township Ethics Board, effective April 28th, 2026, and the annual report of taxes not collectible for 2026 submitted by the tax collector pursuant to NJSA 54-4-91-1. At this time, we will turn to our standing committee reports and commentary by the township committee members, and we'll begin with Committeewoman Rothman.
Thank you. Quickly, I went to the TAC meeting, was my first time there, second time actually, and it was great to learn about their transportation survey. And if you received the municipal messenger email on 5/13 regarding the Morris Township in Motion events, if you scroll down to the bottom of that, there was a link specifically to this transportation survey. It's a great way if you know places in town that could be improved for sidewalk connectivity or traffic or whatnot. So please make your voices heard there. Their first event is on 5/23. They're going to have a bike ride at La Monica, so you can sign up online for that. I was excited at the EC meeting to hear about the Quiet Summer Initiative, and also learn more about gas leaf blowers there as well. I do want to quickly address that issue. One of the things that really speaks to me personally is the quality of life issue and noise pollution. While I live on 3 acres, one would think, oh, you're not surrounded by leaf blowers all the time. And it does not matter. These things are so loud that it doesn't matter how large your property is, there is no escaping. So I really think we need to look both at the noise ordinance, thinking about that, even perhaps something like quiet Sundays. I'm not really sure, but I'm glad that there's such advocacy work happening around this issue, and I'm happy to be a part of that. Just on the nonprofit sector of things that are happening in our community, I want to let people know, I just went and had a visit over at the Morris Museum. There are so many great events happening there. It is such a wonderful resource for the township. I haven't been since my kids were little, I confess, and they have this wonderful Matisse exhibit right now that I encourage everyone to go to. It's so much more than just the art, it's about his life. So I encourage you to go to that tomorrow night. They're having a Night at the Museum event, which is a new thing that they're doing. Evening tours, a glass of wine. So I hope the community starts coming out to that. Also, Grove Green Morristown, we partner with them on the Winter Farmers Market. So they are a good advocate in our community. They are having a fundraiser at another township business, the Jersey Artisan Cafe. So that's on June 11th, wine and cheese to support a new fence at their farm. So those are the things that I have. Thank you again to all of our committee members that I've been meeting and for their volunteerism.
Thank you. Committeeman Ravitz.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to thank Charlie and all the folks that have come out to support the leaf blower ban initiative that he was working on. I think that it's great. I wish these things would just go away and just never come back. I can't stand them for all the reasons that were mentioned, not even just the health reasons. For me, it's the noise and the smell. But one of the things that I think that we can do as residents, number one, as homeowners, and I think I've heard this evening, is to convert your own. If you're going to be blowing leaves on your lawn and not raking, which I remember the days of raking and the blisters on my finger, that's the first thing you can do, and you can talk with all your neighbors and fellow residents about, those who do the lawns themselves, about not using the leaf blowers, the gas-powered leaf blowers. That would certainly go, that would have more of an effect than any ordinance that we would pass up here. In addition, for those those residents who have larger properties or whatnot and then employ landscapers, the best thing that you can do is to urge those landscapers to make the switch, because I think it's really incumbent upon the residents to do this rather than the governing body, because we're going to need a groundswell of people in order to pass a successful ordinance. So the best thing to do is, usually laws follow public sentiment. That's the way it works at every level of government. So if you're telling your landscapers in order for them to get your business, that they must convert to an electric or use a rake, I think that pressure from homeowners will be more than we could ever do up here. So I encourage you to do that in the interim before we look at ordinances. But I do like what I'm hearing, and I'm thankful that so many people came out in support of this. So let's keep it going. Just quickly some updates. Third annual Pride Fest is going to be held on June 7th at Ginty Field from 11 to 2. Come as you are, come as you see yourself. All are welcome to participate in the festivities. We welcome participation of all local and regional businesses, craftspeople, to market their products and services, show your support for the LGBTQ plus community, and build awareness for your own brand at the event. It is free. You can contact the Parks and Recreation Department for more details, or send an email to pride@morristownship.com for more information. We will be taking allied groups, affiliated groups, other businesses, up on that day, we'll have forms to sign, you to sign up. So if you show up late and you don't register in advance, we have a way to get you onto the field. In Morris Township, as I've stated over the last number of years, we believe in uniting people no matter what demographics you fall into. Moving on, the Collinsville and Grand reopening is scheduled for June 13. It's been a long time coming, and we know you'll find that it was worth it. All are welcome to join in the festivities of the reimagined recreation area. I believe the times are going to be 10. Is it 10? Oh, no, noon.
Noon to 6.
Noon to 6. And we're still trying to see if Governor Sherrill will come. We'll accommodate her if she can be here. We don't know yet. We call pretty much every day. Hopefully she'll show up. She was instrumental in acquiring federal funds for the rebuilding of the park. So let's keep our fingers crossed that she'll be there. Also, the heat that we've had the past few days should remind us that the Parks and Recreation is still taking memberships for our swim pools. It's a great way to meet the summer heat. Don't forget our Memorial Day service at the Municipal Building on Monday, May 25th, held rain or shine. It starts at 11. The speeches start at 11 a.m. There is a tour of cemeteries and monuments that starts at 7:30. Meet here if you're
10
interested.
a.m.
10 a.m.
Well, no, so 10 a.m. is the township
Thank you.
presentation.
Township presentation. 7:30 if you'd like to go on the tour of the monuments and the cemeteries. And I'm going to, pardon me, I'm going to change hats for a moment. I wear a lot of different hats here. I want to remind residents that we are underway in writing an all-new township master plan. The mayor and I are honored to serve on the steering committee. The first in-person resident workshop will be held tomorrow at Frelinghuysen Middle School, located at 10 Jane Way from 7 to 9 p.m. The second workshop will be held via Zoom on Thursday, May 28th at 7 p.m. And the third one will be held in person again at Normandy Park Elementary School, located at 19A Normandy Parkway on Saturday, May 30th from 10 to 2. Please share this information widely. It's our vision for our township. I encourage all to attend one of the workshops so that your voice is heard. And throughout, there will be additional resident outreaches through June and again in the fall. So make sure that your input is heard on the new master plan. And finally, remember that as you go about your day, to be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, because it makes a world of difference. And as it is my mantra for the past 5 or so years, we have more in common than should ever divide us, and must keep that in mind every single day. Mayor?
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Janata.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I want to talk about the Environmental Commission. Morris Township has been awarded a Sustainable Jersey grant for $10,000 to start an ERI study, with the addition of $5,000 added by the Township Open Space Fund. This will be used, that'll be $15,000 to be used to hire a consultant to develop the ERI, which is the Environmental Resource Inventory. This ERI will give a comprehensive picture of the township, which includes the flora and fauna of the area. Among other things, the ERI will be a guide for the master plan and other land use planning. So we're very excited about that. And Committeewoman Rothman had mentioned about the Morris Township in Motion. The first one starts this Saturday. If you want to attend future events, you can go on the website and register for it. There's going to be one in June, in June 20th on Burnham Park, and I'm going to be one of the hosts of that. And then 2 weeks ago, Committeewoman Rothman and I attended the Morris County Patriots Ball. It was held in a tent on the grounds of Washington's headquarters in Morristown. And among the local dignitaries, besides Ms. Rothman and I, were Morristown Mayor Tim Doherty, Wyndham Township Mayor Sarah Nybart, County Commissioners Christine Myers and Steve Shaw, former Congressman Rodney Friedingheisen, and we had a surprise visit from Governor Mikey Sherrill, and also General George Washington attended too. So I forgot to get my tricorn hat, but I just want to say huzzah.
Yeah.
There was a lot of huzzahs said there, with a lot of drinks too. But again, I don't know if you know, Committeewoman Rothman is a Yale graduate. I just wanted to tell, I got a yearbook from 1939, Yale University, and at estate sale, cost only $1. And I thought it was appropriate, since we do have a Yale graduate with us. Just to let you know, women were not allowed to attend until 1969, so this class is all men. And among them were William Scranton, who later became governor of Pennsylvania. The city of Scranton was named after his family. Robert Taft Jr., who was later a U.S. Senator from Ohio, just like his father, Robert Taft Sr., and his grandfather was William Howard Taft. And then there was the one who graduated at the top of his class was William Bundy, who, along with his younger brother, who was class of 1940, became the architects of Presidents Kennedy and Johnson's foreign policy. They were among the best and the brightest, and they also brought us the Vietnam War. I found another book related to this class and Yale graduates. It was about those students who were killed during World War II. Again, the class of 1939 was a class on whom the war fell. And the Yale class of 1939 was 800 students. 25 of them lost their lives. So in honor of Memorial Day, I'll just highlight 4 of them. And since Samuel Jackson Underhill, who was from Long Island, was killed at the Battle of Coral Sea on May 8, 1942, his plane had launched from the USS Yorktown aircraft carrier. In fact, the Battle of the Coral Sea was the first naval battle where the enemy ships never saw each other. It was all fought by planes launched from aircraft carriers. Two classmates actually served on the same submarine, the USS Runner. They were Lieutenant Lawrence DeForest Anderson and Lieutenant Richard Harold Seligman. They were lost at sea in the South Pacific and have been marked on the Eternal Patrol. The final one is Colonel Albert Peter Dewey, who served in the OSS, which is the predecessor to the CIA. His father was an isolationist congressman from Illinois, but Peter Dewey was far from isolationist. He served in France in 1940 and later parachuted down in southern France in August of 1944. He did many heroic things there. Among his subordinates was the one Jack Hemingway, son of Ernest Hemingway and father of Mariel Hemingway. After these heroics, he was sent to French Indochina in September 1945 to observe the situation in Saigon. He angered the British who were in charge of that sector, and he was sent back to the airport. But on his way to the airport, he was killed by Viet Minh soldiers, and his body was never found. He was considered the first American soldier killed in Vietnam, but his name is not on the wall. If you have watched Ken Burns' documentary on the Vietnam War, Colonel Dewey's story is the final one that you'll see in the end of part 1. So may we remember these 4 sacrifices made among the many others who have done so through the years. So if there's one, so we don't really celebrate Memorial Day, we commemorate it in their memory. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. I thought you were going to say you had Committeewoman Rothman's yearbook.
That's what I was gonna say.
You were going to read
Was
from
her picture in it?
Not that lucky.
Okay, one important report that I want to mention is we remind everybody now too that our legal notices are posted on the municipal bulletin board and on the township website under legal notices in accordance with the updated state requirements. Residents are encouraged to regularly check the website for legal notices meeting notices, updates, and other important information, because that was a change, and you can find it all there. I would like to congratulate Linda Bertuglia, who's a volunteer that is seen here at Town Hall very often. She was awarded the Sissy Laurie's Award for her outstanding dedication and service to our community. Committeeman Rabbits gave you all the dates of the master plan. Just a couple other things. Just wanted everybody to know that the master plan is a long-range vision for managing future development within a municipality. It informs local zoning laws, building codes, and capital improvement priorities. It's renewed every 10 years. It can either be a re-examination or it can be redone. Our last one was in 1994. Every 10 years since then, it was just renewed. In 2027 was the last examination, and the new one is due by August of 2027. So if you attend the forums, you will learn the components that go into the master plan, the timeline, and you'll take part in the focus groups. Also, there is a website which we'll be getting out more often. It's Master Plan 2027 at morristwp.com, which residents will be able to send in suggestions to. On our Economic Development Advisory Committee, I'd like to thank Megan Burke, who is serving on the Master Plan Steering Committee along with Committeeman Rabbits and I. She's a huge addition to have on there. I'd also like to thank Virginia Murphy here at Town Hall for creating the business page that soon will be posted on our website as a start to welcoming new businesses to Morris Township and posting shared news and events to help promote the businesses we have. This will be on the EDACT page. Diana Gu, who is also a member of EDACT, presented an initiative to position Morris Township as an open for business community and the premier business resource hub for entrepreneurs, business owners, and investors in our region. She did the presentation last night at the EDACT meeting. She also shared Assemblywoman Marissa Sweeney's New Jersey Women Entrepreneurs Resource Guide, which covers NJEDA grants, loans, tax incentives, and startup programs available to all New Jersey businesses. Another thing, if you're on my side of town, happily, the Gaston Road Bridge was opened early. So now if you cut through from Sussex to get over to Mendham Road or into Morristown, that is now open ahead of schedule. We will next Tuesday at the Senior Citizens Advisory Committee meeting at 2 a.m. We will have the senior bus there so that they get the first view, but it will be here at Town Hall in the parking lot. I also want to mention we have a new building and grounds employee, Pat Spezza, and I hope that many of you have noticed that this year when you come into Town Hall, there are more flowers planted. He's added a lot of different little additions. He's doing a great job on making Town Hall look really nice for the township. Already mentioned, we're the Memorial Day events, so the last thing I have for everybody is I hope that you can come join us, and if not, I hope that you commemorate our veterans on Memorial Day, and we'll pray for it to be a nice sunny day. Okay, there are currently 3 members of the public, well, there are actually 4 members of the public joining us via Zoom now, and 7 members in person. At this time, we will open the meeting for public comment. We'll begin by taking comments from in-person attendees first, and then we'll go to Zoom. Please raise your hand on Zoom if you would like to speak. Before speaking, please state your name and whether or not you're a resident or non-resident. Comments will be limited to 5 minutes. If you have questions and would like a response, remaining time will be used for that purpose. Is there a motion to open public comment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Mr. Shackner.
Charlie Schachter, 10 Raleigh Court. Sorry, I just wanted to come back again to just talk about the township's own gas leaf blowers. As was mentioned, switching to electric leaf blowers, there is a cost difference initially between the gas and the electric is more expensive. However, multiple studies have shown that the return on investment happens very, very quickly. In other words, that difference in cost can be paid back within up to 9 months to a year. And then after that time, the electric leaf blowers actually cost less to operate because of maintenance, not needing spark plugs, not needing extra parts, breakdowns, and fuel. When you purchase batteries, you're actually purchasing fuel in advance. And with the cost of gasoline where it is right now, I would say that the township actually would be making a very wise investment for the long term by converting to electric. And over the long term, the payoff would actually be an increase in a reduction in cost. That's
Okay,
it. Thank you.
If there's nobody else here and seeing no hands raised, is there a motion to close public comment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The time is now 8:15 PM. Can I have a motion to adjourn the regular session?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The next regular Township Committee meeting will be Wednesday, June 17th, 2026 at 7 PM for the regular meeting, at 5:30 PM for closed, right here in the Municipal Building at 50 Woodland Avenue. Have a great night, everyone, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you for coming, everybody.